1990, 8th grade, NutriSystem. You voted! And I got a lot of responses. Spaghetti it is. I heard you all. So if you don't know what NutriSystem is, it was a place that you'd go to. If you were overweight, you would buy their food and you would eat their food for the whole week. You would either meet with your counselor, attend a meeting, and you would get weighed in. My dad was paying a lot of money at that time for me to be on NutriSystem. I mean, for the food alone, he was spending like $85 to $100 a week just on food for me to eat from that facility. And you got to understand, in 1990, $100 on one person to eat for the week, that's expensive. If I went to NutriSystem and I didn't lose anything that week, let me tell you, my dad was mad. Like, a waste of money. Garlic bread. You know, being in 8th grade, I went to my friend's house all the time. I wanted to eat what they were eating. I didn't want to have to eat my specific meals. I hated disappointing my dad, but I also loved Doritos and cream cheese. I liked snack foods. I wanted to eat and hang with all my friends. So, I learned how to tip the scale. I know that I have to lose at least 3 to 5 pounds to make my dad happy. Any more, of course, then he's ecstatic. The scales that they had were the kinds that they have at the doctor's office that had the sliding scale. Well, it was in the corner, okay? So you'd walk into the room that had the scale, and it was like in the corner. So one side you're open, and one side you're against the wall. I knew that if this is the wall, if I took my hand, now my hand's down on my side, if I just take my hand and press it against the wall and press up, it's going to make the scale lighter. I don't know why it works, but it works for me. And it works every time because I can go do it right now. But if you hold the wall a little bit and put a little bit of pressure on there, you can start taking pounds off the scale. And that's what I did. And it works like a charm. This is how I would scale the scale and get away with not losing any weight with my dad. And I did this for months. So I get sick and we have to go to the doctor. Well, when I get to the doctor, I'm not thinking about the fact that they're going to weigh you when you go to the doctor. Even if you just go because you got a runny nose, they're going to weigh you. The scale's not next to the wall. I can't do my trick. My gig is up. I'm about to be exposed. You know, I step on the scale and I'm shaking like, because I know I'm about to be busted. I should weigh around 200 pounds. I get on that scale. I'm 242. I'll never forget it. 242, clear as day. Soon as she said 242, my dad looks at me. He looks at the nurse, looks back at me, and he says, "You got some explaining to do, young lady." Needless to say, after that doctor's appointment, I never went to NutriSystem again. He was done paying for that. But there were many more. I mean, I'm a lifetime member of Weight Watchers. Let's get real. Bye, guys.